Hey guys, welcome back to another video. Today I'm sharing another what's for dinner video with you. I haven't done these in quite a while and you guys usually enjoy them, so I thought it would be fun. So in the first dinner of the video, I'm also sharing a product that was sent to me that I'm really enjoying, and I thought you guys would enjoy it too if you enjoy cooking. So I hope you guys enjoyed today's video and let's get to it. For the first dinner of today's video, we're making breakfast for dinner. And this is something that everybody makes all the time. You don't really need my help in making that, but I wanted to show you something that I got that is going to make making breakfast for a lot of people much easier. I'm super excited about this. I was sent this double induction cooktop with a griddle pan. I've been wanting one of these for quite a while. We like to make pancakes and smash burgers and all kinds of things, and sometimes a skillet just isn't big enough. So I was super excited to get this and try it out. It's really roomy for the amount of food you want to make, but it doesn't take up a lot of space in your kitchen, so that is perfect for us because you know our kitchen is tiny. So it has the bottom part that is a 2-burner induction grill, and it works with various types of pots and pans. I'll insert a picture here to show you which ones work with it. And then it also comes with a griddle top that has a lid. It's super nonstick. Like, I was amazed by how nonstick this is. It seems like it's super good quality and easy to clean, and it also comes with these fun little heat protectors for your hands, which are also entertaining to 9-year-olds, apparently. So here is the cooktop with the 2 induction burners. The controls are all digital and easy to read. And I think this whole thing comes in a variety of colors if this is not the color for you. So like I said, this is induction, so you can use pots and pans on the burners, or you can put the griddle on top like we did and make a whole bunch of pancakes. We're making breakfast for dinner, and this was absolutely perfect and came at just the right time. We didn't use any oil, cooking spray, butter, nothing. And this griddle is super nonstick. It is perfect for pancakes. I think we put this on level 5 to cook the pancakes, and they turned out perfect. If you've watched any of my videos before, you know that I don't really like making pancakes because somehow mine always stick or just don't turn out right or whatever. But this is perfect. It heats super evenly across the whole surface of the griddle, and all of the pancakes came up so easy, and look at them. Aren't they pretty? You can make a whole stack of pancakes in no time. We just went ahead and made our entire breakfast for dinner on this griddle, and it was so easy. We were done in half the time we would normally be just using pans on the stove, and everything turned out great. So if you guys are interested in checking out one of these cooktops with the griddle pan, I'll have the links down in the description box below, and there will also be a coupon code for you where you can save 30%. So make sure you go check that out. And thank you to AMZCHEF for sending this to us. The next night was taco night. Okay, so to go with dinner tonight, I'm gonna make some copycat Chewy's jalapeno ranch dip. I think I've been to Chewy's once when I was like, I don't know, I think I went with Adam once with his sister, like probably 15 years ago or more. I don't know. I could be wrong. It could have been somewhere else. So, don't know if I've ever had this, but it sounded good. So most of the recipes I've found, they have ranch, obviously, and then they have jalapenos. And I figured I'd do half jalapeno, half green chili, so that it's not too spicy, so the boys will eat it. I'm going to throw some garlic in there, maybe some onion, salt and pepper, some sour cream, some buttermilk, And then a lot of them call for lime juice, but I have this lime mayo. I also have lime juice, so we'll see. We're going to play around with it and see how it turns out. And then I have some cilantro, so we're going to throw this together and see how it is. So like I said, I looked at multiple different recipes for this copycat type thing, and I just kind of scribbled down what ingredients probably go in it, and I didn't measure at the time, but I wrote down some measurements of how much I think I used of each thing, and so you'll see in a little bit I printed up a little recipe for you. It's a guideline, it's not exact, but it'll turn out great anyway. So I'm adding in some buttermilk and sour cream to my little blender jar here, and I'm also adding in some mayo, and I'm using the lime one, but you could easily just use regular mayo and some lime juice. I'm also adding in my ranch dressing packet and some garlic powder. And then I'm throwing in my green chilies and jalapenos. I did a little bit at a time because I didn't know how much I was using yet, but I ended up using the entire can of green chilies and maybe a little more than half the can of the jalapenos. And then I threw in just a big handful of cilantro and got this all blended up, put it in a jar, and put it in the fridge until dinner time. And this was delicious, you guys. So good. I don't know if I've had this before, but it's definitely a new favorite. Adam and I devoured it. The kids weren't really fans, but, you know, kids. But this was amazing. If you haven't tried this yet, give it a try. I think it would also be really good with some avocado in it. Maybe I'll try that next time. So tonight for dinner, Garrett wanted to make our tacos and our rice, so he's getting our rice going in our pan the way I usually make it. 1 cup of rice, 2 cups of water, and the seasonings we're about to show you. We always use the tomato and chicken bouillon powder, and we put in 1 teaspoon for each cup of water, so 2 teaspoons total. Alright, we put some cumin in there, I missed it. Now onion powder. Shake it till I tell you. That's good. And now a little bit of this. Why's my camera not focusing? It might come out fast, so a little bit.
You put tahini
That's good.
tacos.
Alright, so that's going to start toasting, and we're going to stir it up till it's toasty. You need to stir the meat gentle so you don't splash hot grease on yourself. So Garrett got our rice toasting and some butter with those seasonings, and then he's getting started cooking our ground beef. And look at him. He's so silly. I love that kid. Then we just added in our water and let this come to a boil. Put the lid on, turn it down to a simmer, and let it cook for 15 minutes. Garrett had fun making this, even though it's not the most, you know, intricate dinner ever. But we just made our taco meat like usual, added some taco seasoning and some water, and let that simmer. And he cut up some tomatoes and threw our taco shells in the oven. Simple dinner, but he had fun making it, and it turned out delicious. Alright, so we've got our rice, taco meat, our beans, and then we have chips and our creamy jalapeno dip. This was what wouldn't fit in the jar. We have some salsa, sour cream, all the veggies, cheese, and the taco shells are in the oven. Let us know how your tacos are. Your food in your mouth. So here's our taco dinner. Garrett did such a good job. Okay, so tonight for our dinner, I am using some of this chicken fry. I used some of this on some zucchini I made the other day. I'm gonna make some like popcorn sized fried chicken bites to make our dinner, and I realized when I read it again, because I just skimmed over it last time and I was in a big hurry, I read combined chicken batter and a half cup cold water in a large bowl. I didn't use all of it last time, but I made a wet batter with water in this, and I failed to read the rest of the instructions. So, you're only supposed to mix 5 tablespoons of this with some water to coat the chicken, and then you coat the chicken and the rest of it dry. Because I was like, that's not like tempura battered, wet battered chicken. Why does that not... I didn't read it. It was still good on the zucchini like that. I don't know. But I'm going to do it right this time, and I'm going to batter some chicken that I cut up the other day. I froze it. Now it's thawing in the fridge, and I'm going to make some fried chicken to make our dinner. We're going to make some, instead of KFC bowls, we're going to make those into baked potatoes. So I have brown gravy and chicken gravy. If you didn't know, I've shown it before. If you mix these two together, it pretty much tastes like KFC gravy. I don't know what their trick really is, but it's good enough for me. So I'm going to throw some potatoes in the air fryer, fry some chicken, make the gravy, and then we have some frozen corn all warm up or cook. I mean, it's corn. You know what I mean. And we have some shredded cheese, and that will be dinner. So I don't know why my audio messed up on that last thing. My phone rang and something happened. I don't know. But I mixed 5 tablespoons of the chicken fry batter mix with some water to make batter. And then I put the rest of the chicken fry in a container, and I added a little bit of Tony's to ours to make it a little bit spicy, but not too much. And then I just coated my chicken pieces in the wet batter, pressed them into I shook them around in the dry batter. And then we're just going to get these frying. I heated my oil up to 350, and these set in the fridge for about 20 minutes before I cooked them, and they turned out amazing. I always make my baked potatoes in the air fryer. I just spray them with a little bit of oil, add on some salt. You don't have to poke them or anything. And then I put them in there on 400 degrees for about 20 to 25 minutes, depending on how big they are. And then I flip them over after that time is up and cook them another 20 to 25 minutes until they're done and you can stick a fork in them. And they turn out perfect, super crispy on the outside and fluffy on the inside. So after the chicken sat in the fridge for about 20 or 30 minutes, I lost track of time. I was doing other things. Just put them in the fridge for a minute. I fried these on 350 until they were golden brown and crispy. I did a couple of batches so that I didn't crowd the pan. And then when they were all done, I gave them a double fry to make them extra crispy. So to put these together, I just opened up our baked potatoes and I added some butter and salt and pepper and kind of fluffed them up so that it's easier to eat your potato. I don't know. I can't eat a potato just like it looks right this second. It's got to be fluffed up. And now we're just going to start adding on our ingredients that usually go in a KFC bowl. We're adding on our corn that we cooked in some butter. And then I'm going to add on some of my fried chicken, followed by the brown gravy and chicken gravy mixture and some shredded cheese. This is delicious. Like, I love KFC bowls to begin with, but made this way it was just a little different and a little more fun, and they turned out fantastic. Next up, I'm making a sort of pot pie situation. I've got some frozen veggies and a carrot. I would usually put corn in this, but I used it all in the KFC bowls and didn't think about it. Oh well. So, I have green beans, peas, a carrot, some elbow noodles, and then I also have some leftover chicken in the fridge from something else that we cubed up. I was going to use ground chicken for this and make it like a hamburger helper type thing, all in one pot, but since we had this leftover chicken, I just decided to use that. And I also have some cream of chicken soup and some chicken gravy. So to get this started, I'm going to start cooking my veggies, well, some of them. I broke up my green beans into smaller bite-sized pieces, and I'm getting them cooking in a skillet with some butter, and I'm also going to throw in my shredded carrot in there. Green beans and carrots take longer to cook than the peas, and we don't like, well, I do. Most people in the house don't like crunchy green beans or carrots, so I'm going to let these get started cooking first with the butter and a little bit of salt and pepper, and just let these cook until they start to get tender. Once those were well on their way to being done, I'm adding in my cream of chicken soup, and then I mixed up my gravy packet with the amount of water it called for. I think it was 2 cups. Maybe. I don't know. Read your gravy packet. But I poured that in there a little bit at a time so that it didn't get all chunky and gross. And I just got that mixed in, and then we're going to season this up, and this is pretty much it until we add in the peas. So into this, I'm going to add some Trinity seasoning. It's celery, onion, bell pepper. Gave this a good flavor without the chunks of vegetables. As you know, that's how we do it around here. And I'm also adding in some garlic powder. And then I added in some Tony's Creole seasoning. And some salt and pepper, of course. Next, I'm just adding in my leftover chicken and getting this all mixed up, and I'm just going to let it simmer while I cook my noodles, and then we'll add in the peas. When my noodles were almost finished, I added in my frozen peas, and I also added in about half a cup of shredded cheddar, whatever I had left in the bag, to make this a cheesy pot pie, because that's the way I like it. And then I just let this kind of warm up and cook the peas, or pretty much thaw them. They don't even really have to cook. They're peas. They're frozen. They cook in like 2 seconds. So I let that warm up while the noodles finish, and I drain them, and then we just put this together in a bowl. So I just added our noodles to our bowls and topped it with that veggie chicken pot pie mixture. And my eyes are always bigger than my stomach, and I put too much in our bowls, but it was delicious. We topped it off with some extra shredded cheese, and we had some biscuits on the side, and dinner was simple and so good. The next night, Adam was off, so we had pizza night. This was not on the meal plan at all, but sometimes you just need a good pizza.
The doggies.
Crosby.
We go a lot.
Good catch, Wally.
No.
So we made a salami pizza and we made a cheese pizza. Super simple, easy for movie night, and everybody loves pizza, so this was delicious. Our nightly visitor came to visit us right before it got dark, and then we sat down to watch some movies. Do you guys remember this movie? Name it in the comments down below if you know what it is. It's an old Disney Channel movie. So we watched this movie, and then we made some ice cream floats with creme brulee ice cream and some ice cream sundae, like cream soda. Super delicious. And then we sat down to watch Lilo and Stitch. So I hope you guys enjoyed today's video. If you did, don't forget to hit that like button down below. Thanks for spending some time with me today, and I'll see you guys in the next one.